Hey YouTube family, Mike Jones here, back with another video. Welcome to my channel where we talk about all things investing and personal finance with the genuine hope that we will be able to inspire someone to go ahead and start their financial freedom journey today. With that said, today we're going to go ahead and be getting into how do you transfer stocks from your Robinhood account. And we'll be going over 3 different financial institutions that you could transfer to and how you would go about that. And we're going to go ahead and get started with that right after this. Hey YouTube fam, welcome back to my channel. So we're going to go ahead and get into what I was talking about before the intro, which is how do you transfer your assets from Robinhood to another financial institution. And I'm going to go over 3 different ways you can do that through 3 different financial institutions. And the first financial institution I want to go ahead and talk about is webull. Webull is also a free platform where you can go ahead and set up a free brokerage. And how you would go ahead and transfer your assets to webull from Robinhood is, well, let's go ahead and get started with the screen recording so you can see this step by step. So first, you would want to go ahead and set up a webull account and make sure that that's all set up, and you would go ahead and get those 2 free stocks with the referral link if you had one. And if you want to go ahead and set up a webull account, I do have a webull referral link in the description that you can go ahead and click on, and as soon as you set up your account and get it all approved, you'll get those 2 free stocks after about 5 business days. Like I said in my previous video, webull is a more secure financial institution in my opinion, and so they go through a lot of security to make sure that you have a pretty secure account, and it takes a longer time for your whole account to go ahead and be processed and approved. With that said, we're going to go ahead and talk about how you can transfer your Robinhood assets to webull. And so once you have that account open, you can actually see right here it says transfer account to webull. So you want to go ahead and click that. And once you go ahead and do that, it says right here, transfer your non-webull brokerage account over to us, and we will cover the transfer fees up to $100. Your incoming brokerage account must have at least $2,000 or more in assets in order for us to reimburse the transfer fee. And so this means that you're going to need at least $2,000 to go ahead and transfer over your money to webull absolutely free. And now the reason they're telling you about they'll cover the transfer fees is because usually with outgoing transfers, financial institutions charge about $75 to go ahead and have those assets transferred to a different institution. It's kind of their way, I guess, of punishing you to go ahead and do that, or maybe that's just the transaction cost. But with webull, if you have $2,000 in your existing brokerage, whether it's with Robinhood, M1 Finance, or whatever, you can go ahead and transfer absolutely free, and they'll cover that cost if you have $2,000 in the account. And so you would go ahead and hit transfer now. And then as you can see, it says you can only have US stocks, ADRs, and ETFs that are accepted by webull. Webull also supports individual cash, margin accounts, traditional IRAs, Roth IRAs, and rollover IRAs as well. And so with that said, then you would go ahead and click transfer to webull, and then they have all these different financial institutions to make it a lot easier for you. So if you have Robinhood, you go ahead and click Robinhood, and then you would go ahead and put all your information in there, and that would be taken care of. And down here it says, I acknowledge that my delivering broker may charge me $75 or more for transferring out. The specific amount varies with broker. Webull does not support account transfers of assets below $500. So they won't even bother if you don't have $500 in your existing brokerage to them. But like I said, if you have that $2,000, you can go ahead and get that absolutely free, that transaction absolutely free. And you may be wondering, how long does it actually take for this transaction to actually go through? Well, it takes about 5 to 7 business days for your average brokerage, but there are a couple institutions where it takes a little bit longer, and that can be anywhere from 7 to 15 business days. And the thing that also you need to know about is there are sometimes issues with transferring certain things in your account. And so if you have different types of things going on in your account, like cryptocurrency, or something else that was not listed for the new brokerage that you're transferring to, it's probably going to take a little bit longer. The process is going to be delayed going to that new account. And that's something that I want to touch on. Cryptocurrencies from Robinhood, you cannot transfer those out. You have to go ahead and deal with Robinhood on that, and you would go ahead and sell those cryptocurrency positions that you have, or keep them if you wanted, and that's how you'd have to deal with that. You'd have to sell it, and you go ahead and liquidate those assets, and then you could go ahead and transfer the assets to a different brokerage or back to your bank or credit union. So moving forward, we're going to go ahead and talk about how you would transfer to M1 Finance. And sorry guys, I wanted to make sure I was still screen recording. And so you'd go to M1 Finance. You'd open that up, and this is my Roth IRA. So let's go to brokerage. And bear with me because this is my first time, I am doing this on video, and I'm trying to do this not technically live by the time you guys see it, but you know what I mean. So how you would transfer is go to move money, and then you do account transfer, and you would go to transfer brokerage account or IRA. You'd hit that, and then it would say send most recent account statement to transfers@m1finance.com, and be sure to include any special instructions. And then the transfer team would take over from there, and they would be able to help you step by step through email. And you may be wondering, is this legit? Well, it absolutely is. That's actually how I got my IRA that's actually in here into my M1 Finance account, because if you've watched any of my videos, I previously talked about how the first 2 accounts I set up for my IRA was between Vanguard and Wealthfront, and I had that split in between. I had about $2,800 in Wealthfront, and it gained about 10%, or about $300 in that Wealthfront account before I decided to go ahead and move the money into M1 Finance. And that transfer took a little while. I would say that it took a little while, but I think that was more on Wealthfront's account and less on M1 Finance's account, because they were, M1 Finance was there for me step by step. So these are 2 seamless ways that you can go ahead and be a part of that. And then the last transfer that we're going to go ahead and talk about is a transfer through Fidelity. And that's exactly the financial institution that I'm actually going to be setting up for myself as far as my Robinhood assets being transferred. They're being transferred into my Fidelity account. Now I have Fidelity, I have a Fidelity 401k through Fidelity Net Benefits, and I also opened up a brokerage with Fidelity about a month ago, not intending to transfer my Robinhood assets into my Fidelity. But as I said in my previous video about why I'm leaving Robinhood, which I'll link somewhere around here, this just happens to be the brokerage that I'm going to be sending it into. And so with that said, let's go ahead and get right into it. So first we'd want to go ahead and go to Fidelity. And as you can see, I've already been messing around with it a little bit, but you'd want to log into Fidelity. Actually, they're going to make me log in right now. And so go ahead and log in. Once you do that, you can go ahead and go over to Transact, and it says, good evening, Michael. Transact, and then you go to Transfer. Then you go to Select Account. sorry guys, I'm gonna have to start this all over. Hey guys, welcome back. I'm so sorry I had to restart a video. I had a coworker, or an old coworker, that tried to video chat me in the middle of my screen recording. So let's get back to the video. And I'm gonna go ahead and start screen recording again. And I put myself on airplane mode this time, so hopefully that doesn't happen anymore. But like I was saying, you're gonna go to Fidelity, and you're gonna go ahead and open up your app and go to transact, and then you'll hit transfer, and from there, sorry about that. From there, you're gonna want to go ahead and transfer. Oh, and go down to transfer assets from another financial institution, and then it's gonna say this action can't currently be completed on mobile. Select continue to leave application and open the transfer of assets page at fidelity.com through your phone's default web browser. You'll be asked to log in to your Fidelity account, and you go ahead and hit continue. And I think this shows just how secure Fidelity is. They want to make sure that all your funds are secure. They go through extra steps, and they make you go through extra steps to make sure that your account is always secure. So we're gonna go ahead and start a transfer. And we're gonna go ahead and blur out what exactly all my stuff is, and then we're gonna go ahead and log in, and then it'll say tell us where you're moving your assets from. And so I'm gonna go ahead and type up Robinhood, and it comes up Securities LLC. And then once I select that, you go down and press next, and then you say you figure out what your account number is. So then you have to go back to Robinhood, and you would want to go to, sorry guys, then you'd want to go to settings, account information, account number. And so I'm gonna go ahead and write down my account number and get right back to you. Okay? And so my account number is blase 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 and blase blase. And then once I do that, then I select one, and I'm just gonna select individual, and I press next. And because I already have a Fidelity account, I don't have to say open a new account. I can just say an existing account. And so I'll be moving my stuff to an existing account. It says my compatible account is the individual one, and so then we'll go ahead and press next, and it'll ask me if I'm transferring my entire account, and I will say yes, and I'll press next, and I'll make sure everything looks correct. I will view terms and conditions, and once I view terms and conditions, which I'm pretty good with, I'll go ahead and submit. And it says success, you've submitted your transfer request, and it will tell me the timeline for when my account will be received and how long it'll take and all that kind of stuff. So as you can see, our request was submitted today, and then they'll ask me to my request to be directly in contact with the firm that I'm taking the stuff from, and then the firm will process the request and send my assets, and the assets will be deposited into my Fidelity account. And so with that said, we're gonna go ahead and exit, and we're gonna log out. And that's pretty much the whole idea, guys. Is it shouldn't be that hard to go ahead and transfer the account. Now what I'll say is if you're transferring to another account, like I said, Robinhood does charge $75. But if you are doing it with the financial institution like Webull, who asks for a bare minimum of $2,000 in the account, and they'll take care of that transfer fee. I'm not sure what M1 Finance's minimum balance is, but if I do get that, I'll go ahead and make a text in this video so that you can know the minimum balance on that. And then I know for Fidelity, as long as you have $25,000 in your brokerage and you're transferring it over to them, they'll go ahead and take care of that transfer fee for you. And so because I have $25,000 in my Robinhood portfolio, like I just barely made it, they're gonna go ahead and take care of that fee for me, and it should be easy selling, and no worries. By probably next Friday or next Monday, or the Monday after next, when I have my account settled in my new Fidelity brokerage account. And so I'm really excited to go ahead and have that settled, and kind of give myself a little bit of relief with this new account. If you watched this whole video, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I do want to ask you if you'd go ahead and smash that like button for me, and go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Also, if you want to go ahead and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any videos that I post, that would be absolutely awesome. And comment down below if this was helpful to you. The more interactions we get on this channel, the more growth we'll see on this channel. And I'm just so thankful for all the people that are already a part of the journey. If you think this would be helpful to someone, go ahead and share this video with somebody. And thank you so much for watching, and I will definitely see you in the next one. Thank you, and God bless.